Have you ever been given a message that you needed to hear, but you didn't want to? Maybe like the fact that you need to work out. You need to be healthy. In this coronavirus, there's been breaking news. Newsflash, those that are healthy are impacted by the virus way less than those that aren't. But that's been a message that we've been told for years, and for some reason, many of us still don't want to listen to it. In fact, here in the United States, if we were to be really honest, we are not healthy. In fact, that might be a big reason why we're being impacted so much by this virus. We aren't healthy. Guess what? You need to eat right and you need to exercise. And we've been told that for years. But not only do we need to be healthy physically, but we need to be healthy spiritually. And there are often times where there are messages that we are told that we don't want to hear. La, 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 la. Don't tell me that, don't tell me that. Even though I know it's in my best interest. And if I were to listen, I would be way better off because of it. And that's where James goes in James chapter 5. He gives us a message that we don't want to hear, specifically here in the United States. This is a message that's really, really tough. And yet, in order to be healthy spiritually, we need to hear it. He says this in James 5, verse 1. Now listen, you rich people, weep and wail because of the misery that is coming on you. Your wealth has rotted and moths have eaten your clothes. Your gold and silver are corroded. Their corrosion will testify against you and eat your flesh like fire. You have hoarded wealth in these last days. Look, the wages you failed to pay the workers who mowed your fields are crying out against you. The cries of the harvesters have reached the ears of the Lord Almighty. You have lived on earth in luxury and self-indulgence. You have fattened yourselves in the day of slaughter. You have condemned and murdered the innocent one who was not opposing you. What a tough message. Specifically for us, like I said, here in the United States. Why? Because if we were to talk about the rich, who are the rich in this world today? Well, there's a good chance if you're watching this message today, you fall into the category, in comparison to worldwide numbers, of being rich. We are extremely rich. And not in all sorts of different things that we could talk about how rich we are, but specifically within the idea of money. And what have we done? We've hoarded it. We've kept it to ourselves, and oftentimes we've worshipped it. And I am the chief of the individuals that have done this. But what does James tell us here? That our money will ruin us. It will ruin us. And it will hurt all of those that are around us if that's what we focus on, if that's what we hoard. And guess what? That's exactly what happens. It's a message we don't want to hear, but when we focus on money, when we make it the thing that we're all about, it ruins us and everybody else around us. So what's the solution? Well, I think it's pretty simple. What if we were more generous? What if instead of focusing on the money that will someday rot us and will all go away, what if we focused on using it to benefit others? I know that's a message that I don't necessarily want to hear all the time. And yet in these times, it's a message that's so true. So let's try it. Let's try to be generous. Let's give it away. Instead of putting it away in the bank, let's give it away. Now, don't be stupid. We need to make sure that we care for those around us. We need to make sure that we're handling it wisely. But don't make it the focus. Because if you do, it will ruin you. So be healthy spiritually. And make sure that's not your focus. And in this time, care for others through the wealth that God has given us. I hope that this was edifying to you, that this was building you up today, and that it challenged you. Because that's exactly what Scripture is meant to do. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.